Yep. Actually, I think it's up to 5 now.
Oh, my God. Man, they're going to be after kids next. We need to make sure she knows. I'm sure she's on this.
We're going to deep the whole state.
Kids like hunting, Ed. And there's mosquitoes in the woods. So, my deep inside informant cream pie said that she's thinking about banning hunting season.
Yeah, that won't happen.
That's the word on the street. Now, I'm not saying it's officially true.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that's the word on the streets because we know she is the protector of life. And because of her, millions and billions of people don't die
just
today.
Like, we're going to fix these roads, damn it, or whatever her campaign speech was. And we're going to use the right materials. Yeah.
If I was her,
and then she doesn't want to pass the bill. Yeah.
You know, they redid one of the roads near my house, and my wife and I, we both drive Jeep Wranglers. You know, and the windshields are kind of flat, you know. So I kind of attribute a little bit to that. But they redid our road, and because they go in and they do a nice blacktop, well, then they tar and chip it. And if you're not familiar with tar and chip, it's what it sounds like. It's tar, and then they put chip concrete over the top of it.
Okay. You got a chipped window now?
We've been through 3 windshields in a month. So I'm trying to figure out where the savings is for me as a taxpayer, where I've gone through 3 windshields and my taxes are going to these roads. It's like,
paint jobs and windshields getting ruined everywhere now.
Yeah. If we've been through, that's my question: is if we've been through 3, how many other windshields have been replaced? You know,
hundreds.
So
thousands.
But isn't that why you overpay in your car insurance?
Oh, no, I overpay on my car insurance because Michigan's got that...
So if I get into a car accident, I get medical insurance for life. If I use the doctors that they send me to, which are in Detroit, which I can't because I live in...
You know, it's funny. The only people I hear that say they love it are people who actually have to use it.
Or, which is very few.
Yeah.
Or the people that are at the insurance... And it's not your insurance agents. Don't. No.
It's the state. The state mandates it.
Yeah. So I mean, it's not like your insurance agent that you go and pay is the guy that's reaping the benefit. He's getting paid the same regardless on the policy that the company writes. Which, man, you know them companies are love in Michigan.
Oh yeah.
I bet they.
The insurance companies can't be sued because everybody's at their own fault.
Yeah. So I got in an accident in Indiana. Okay, Indiana's doesn't have the same setup as Michigan does. You know, and I ended up I had to go physical therapy, you know, for my back, and you know, of course, they paid for my vehicle to get fixed and everything. It was not quite a head-on, but pretty close, and and they sent me a check afterwards. You know,
it's nice when you get that.
Well, but that was a scam too, because when his insurance company called me. You know, they frame it as, this is for your inconvenience and blah, blah, blah. Well, you know, I'm no dummy.
They make you feel like a real charity case, don't they?
Well, they make you feel like they're doing something good for you. Well, you know, I got a brother that works in the insurance industry at a very high level. He's an actuary. And then I got another brother-in-law, a lawyer. And I made some phone calls. I'm like, hey, what is all this? They say this is for my inconvenience. You know, and they're like, no, that's not. If they said that, that's wrong. It's what it is. They give you that money, and then you no longer have the right to come back and sue them for anything else ever, even medical bills.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh. So then when I had the second conversation, it was a totally different conversation. But yeah.
So, but Whitmer does. We'll just circle back around.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
One thing that she has done, and not saying that other candidates can't do it either, is, you know, give money to the recovery industry and form, you know, like the opiate awareness response, which is cool, but
it's
alcohol
good.
still kills more people.
But it's not what everybody's talking about.
No, and you know, and the thing with heroin too, in opiates, is when someone is clean off of that for 3 months, like when I was just talking to Chucky about, I would be clean for like 3 months and I would drink. And I would drink just like I did 5 years ago before I went to the hospital. You know,
heroin addicts do the same thing.
They do, and that's where it's very dangerous.
Yes.
And
then they overdose.
My alcohol, I knew what was in there. You know, I mean, there's little tester kits you can get, but I heard some people are testing them. Oh no, it doesn't have fentanyl. I don't want it. You know, like they want that extra. And fentanyl's like 10 times stronger? I don't know the facts on that, so I'm not going to even speak on it, but I know it's stronger.
Yes.
So a lot of people will cut it with it because they want to have the best stuff, but if it's done incorrectly or if a person's been off, that's just scary. And some people, I was talking with a guy here. He wants to start a church where, what did he say? I'm not going to even say the name of it because it's pretty
Taboo?
No. Just he'd be like, man, somebody else got my business name. How'd that happen? Because it's a very good one. But he was, saying that the way people look at it and nobody wants to help them. And, those guys and those women are someone's kids too.
Well, as you guys know, starting a recovery business is not easy.
No.
And starting a church is not easy either. He's combining the two. I think it's a great thing, but it's going to be, it's going to be some work.
Yeah, I'll pass them along. There's a church up state in Petoskey called the Bridge Street Church, which is a recovery church, and the pastor, I think I said pasture. He's out in the field. No, he's not. But he is in recovery, so a little weird though for me. I mean, good guy, but lots of hugs. Eddie.
Well, some churches are like that. I'm not a huggy person, but
get over here. We hug here. I'm like, well, then that's cool, bro.
Usually, most of those people, you say, "Yeah, I'm not a hug person," and
I think
give them
I
a little
did,
fist bump or
he
something, and
just
they're good
grabbed
with it. Really?
Yeah. He's like,
That's
"Come here,
odd.
you bear."
Yeah.
What's a bear, Ed?
Well, big hairy guy.
Who likes bears, Ed?
Who likes bears?
Mm-hmm.
Man, I know I'm missing something here.
I don't know. Hey, my man, Chucky.
Hey, Chuck.
Hey, Chuck.
Chuck,
Nice
you
to
want
meet
to say a
you.
little something?
God bless y'all.
You want to say a little something to the people in the world?
For real?
For real. Chucky, I'd be honored to have you on. Just say something real quick. Give a little shout out. Not baby mamas or nothing.
Hello, everyone. Thanks a lot, Corey, you guys, for having me. This is a nice recovery coach meeting. Riverwood has sponsored, and 217 Recovery is also. And it's a blessing just to be a part of this program and doing the best that we can do to stay clean and sober. And may God bless each and every one of y'all. Thanks a lot, y'all.
We do it for the kids.
I'll do it for us. God bless y'all.
No,
Thank
Chuck, man,
you,
it's
sir.
good to see you again, man. I'm glad you got 2
Corey,
years,
man.
bro.
It's a blessing, man.
I saw you, man. My face lit up.
I know it. I said, man.
It's good. It's good to see good people, man, doing good things. And you can recovery coach.
Radio for real.
Yeah.
The world knows you now.
See you later. Yeah, 217recovery.com. Go listen to it.
All right, 217recovery.com.
Mm-hmm.
You'll be about 22 minutes into it. There you go. Chuck's funny. I don't think he knows what a podcast is. But no, Chuck's a great guy too, man. But we're all over the place. Ryan, I'll let you talk the rest of the time.
Yeah.
I'll let you talk the rest of the time. I've just been going to town.
I don't know. We got a nice event going on here. Turn the wish into will. And I think that's a good way to think of it. And that's kind of what we do. We're just thinking of what we want to do, and we're just going out and working as hard as we can to get it. And we're always just trying to better ourselves. And I don't know, Corey. What you got?
I just want to give you a chance.
So I got a question for you guys.
What's up?
So, I always hear about accountability in recovery. Do you guys use your podcast as some type of accountability? So you got people that are looking out for you to say, hey, I listen to these guys and they help me. Does that help drive you guys?
Absolutely.
Oh, of course. Like with me too. Try to put myself on a lot of different platforms of accountability. I'm starting to chair an NA group. We do the podcast. We're going to be coach training here, recovery coach training. And hopefully we'll have some people we're coaching. Just everybody that's in our recovery community. We're all responsible for each other. Mm-hmm. That's what keeps us sober.
And for me, the accountability, because we have a schedule, and that's why I made a schedule. We do it Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturday, and Sundays when we do our podcast. And I purposely did that because, at 9:30 at night or 9 o'clock at night, because a lot of people aren't going to wait up 9 o'clock at night. It's a podcast. They can listen on their way to work.
Yep.
On Wednesday, on Friday. They can get up on Sunday morning and listen. They can get up on Monday morning and listen, and just kind of hear about recaps and stuff like that. So when I get home and I had a long day and I had to hit a meeting and I had to do this or that, I got to do a podcast. And there's probably been a handful of times where I'm just like, I'm just not going to do it tonight. I don't want to do it tonight. And then I'm like, and then Ryan will come in and be like, let's do the podcast. And I'm like, all right, I was going to blow it off. I mean, you probably heard me say it a few times, like, I didn't want to even do it, man. But it's something like, I don't want to do it. I have to do it. It's one of those things. But sometimes, and Ryan kind of hit it right on the head with, got this going on, that going on, and recovery coach training. We just have a lot on our plate right now, but you got to know when to say no. And accountability, it's like you got to hold yourself accountable to, like Monday, it's like I have to take the car back. I have to go to my new job at Bear River. I have to meet with Dale Hall about, a radio, a recovery radio show there in Petoskey, a local show. Then it's like I already got things going on. And then my recovery coach reached out and said, hey, I'm starting this recovery community thing and I want to take this thing big. And and I'm like, I don't have time. But when he approached me with it though too, he was like, look, man, I know you don't have time. But is it something? I don't think I lost my key. We're now at DJ Booth. We're now at DJ Booth. Somebody lost their keys. They're going to be at the... Right.
Yeah.
If you walk by and see trash, bend over and pick it up. Where'd that one girl go? No. Just kidding.
Some things never change.
I know they don't.
Dirty looks from every woman here.
Yeah. They're like, man, I know that fat ass wasn't talking about me.
Yes, I was. No, Corey, no. Just stop.
We're just having fun, aren't we? Yeah. No, but just know when to say no to on your limitations. It's okay to say no, just like it's okay to ask.
But that's for everybody, though.
Yeah.
That's just not in recovery. I mean, I see that in my life, and I'm not going to call anybody out, but in my life, I got people that I got to look at them and say, look, for real, we got time for that. We can't do that. You got this and this and this going on. Now you're going to add that. I mean, that's everyday life.
Right. And my stepdad does a lot of stuff, and he's always doing stuff. It's always there's something. And that my stepdad doesn't have he might be addicted to work, but that's his thing, and he likes to keep it moving that way. But if it becomes not healthy, or like for people in recovery, if we start taking on too much, we feel overwhelmed. The one thing that I used to do to relieve my stress for any kind of feeling that I was having that I didn't want, any uncomfortableness, was to drink.
Yep.
And
I remember.
Yeah, it's not a healthy way to drink either, the way I was doing it. I thought I was always too young to be an alcoholic, and okay, maybe I might have a drinking problem. But when the shake started at work, when I switched back to just drinking hard liquor and chasing it with beers, and by noon, when the alcohol was kind of starting to get on my system and my hands started shaking, and there's nothing I could do about it but drink more. And when it became to that point, I knew it was like, deep down, I knew that I needed to get help, but I didn't know how. I didn't know what to do.
But you always thought you could manage it, though.
Yeah, but I really did kind of get worried and scared when that stuff started happening. And then when I turned jaundice, and my coworker was like, "You're jaundice," but I didn't know what to do, and I was in denial, and it takes a lot to accept it, So if you have somebody who you're kind of looking from afar, or maybe it's your husband or wife, and you're like, I really want to get them help, they're starting to do those same things. It's okay to ask for help. Trust me, I did not want to live that way, Ed. I was in isolation.
Oh, no, I know. We had those conversations. You were. I think it started. Actually, I think it started more when you're younger, but it got really bad when you were in Texas.
Yeah.
And then when you went to Arkansas, it got out of control. We had those conversations, and it's. I think you learned it had to be you. There's nothing that me or your mom or anybody else could say to you.
No, I had to finally just give in, and accept the fact. Like the second speaker, I don't remember his name, but he was pretty funny. Like he said, it had to be done on his terms, and he had to realize it. He had to do it himself. You have to want it. You have to work for it.
Yes.
And I think a lot of this, they can change the terminology, because if you tell me, hey, Corey, recovery's not easy, you got to work for it, Ed, that sounds like I got to do stuff. Mm-hmm. You know, I don't like to do stuff.
No, Corey don't like to do anything.
But if I approached it with the same, I mean, I'm going to tell you to do the same thing, but if